Assalamualaikum fellas, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna continue our tutorial. We will creating it step by step until it become a complete project and you can show it to your recruiter or your client as a reference. The general thing that we're gonna do today, we're gonna create front web and admin web. Both will be created using React.js. For the front web, I will be using Academia as a reference. For the backend, I'm just tried using similar to admin LTE. But in here, we will create it. What is it? We will create it Bootstrap. We will not using this because there is many things that we don't need it in this first step. Okay. Before we jump into the project, we're gonna create something like we call it. We can go step by step for this matter. Okay, for the backend, I will use admin LTE. It's not just just for the reference. We're not gonna download it or something like that, but just for the reference. And in admin LTE, there is a lot of things that we don't need, so we're not gonna download the whole bundle. But maybe we will make a reference about like this simple table. So the idea is the admin will have a menu about user and teacher and payment etc, and just one table, and the table data will be changed based on what we requested. Okay, to make things more easier, I will use a Trello. So this is like a project manager, a project management for us. We will create it step by step, and to make things more smooth, and there will be more manageable. Okay, for the first thing that we will use, we will create a home page. I'm sorry. We will create a React for homepage front and homepage admin. To make things not confusing, I will use here. For the admin, it will be a dashboard. For this will be React front, so you know which one is it. Okay. The maximum of the card in the development, it say that ideally 3, so you cannot use more than 3 because it will be distracting and it will slow your process. So without further ado, we will go. There is 2 ways for. Okay, without further ado, we will go to the tutorial. For starter, we can use we can install using npx. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not in the right path. Programming. Okay. Okay, in here I'm just make 2 folder to make it more easier to manage. One is backend and another is front end. You can choose to follow me, or you can have another preference. It's up to you. Okay, in front end we have this is the React dashboard and React framework. We're gonna handle these 2 first. Okay. For the GitHub, I'm sorry. Okay, we're gonna go to React framework. This is the font of the React framework, but we're gonna also copy this we're gonna go to see where you are right now. Okay, let's see where you're gonna go. Go to React dashboard. Okay, we cannot run both of this because it will be have the same port. In order to change that, we can go to, what is it? I open my another React dashboard, and you can go to package log, search for 300. There is any? Okay, we're gonna search for 300. Is there any 300 here? Okay, open localhost. Gonna be what? 300, right? This is the default of the React. I think I already changed it. Okay, we're gonna for the we don't find the 300 the port, but we can use here. We can set port as maybe 400. But before you doing this, you have to search for the unused port. You can see which one is used by in Mac. It's different from the Windows. You can search for the script to check the use port. In here, I see. Okay. The use port is 900. It's used by PHP FPM 3060 by MySQL. And MySQL use two of them, 3306, 3360. So 400 should be fine. Okay, we're gonna accept this and the terminal. Okay, first we're gonna set yarn start. Okay, it say the port 400. We just wait for a second. Okay, cool. So the backend is running, and we can do the same thing in the front end. Basically, I'm using VS Code, and I already installed several plugins like ES7. You have to search ES7 to make this thing run. ES7 and I'm sorry, and a lot of things that I installed in here like React. Okay, the important thing is you install React 7, Redux, and GraphQL and others. Okay, we're gonna continue. In here, this will be using the default port. So we're gonna say yarn start. Okay, so we have two React apps. This will be our front, and will be our admin. I just forgot about GitHub and others. If you doesn't familiar to GitHub, it's just same like GitLab and others. It's basically a Git. Okay, you can install this Git. Just download it, or you can install it by say here brew. Okay, I'm sorry. You can say to install Git, but I already installed it, so for me just updating new Git. Okay, so if we say Git, it will be you will see these options. What can you do in the Git? I'm just trying to show you how to create a new React, and you can put it in the Git first. Git basically is our checkpoint. So if something wrong in the process, you can go back to your last checkpoint, like a save button in games. It will save a lot of troubles. Okay, first we can go to React. React. Okay, in here to install, you have, where is it? Okay, I'm sorry. It will be, just forget it. I will create it for you, but you can search in Google which command to use. Basically in here I already installed Node. You have to install Node first. Node, I have, what is it, version of 14. Just Control C. No, or exit. Press Control C. Okay, Control C to exit. Okay, and I also have npm. This is a packet manager for installing a node. Okay, to install React, you have to npx create React app. You can say for this method maybe example. Oh, you cannot contain a capital letter. This is, for example, I will be deleting this. Just for example, how do you create it from 0. Okay, we just wait seconds. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on. Installing a lot of dependency. Okay. Okay, you can say that go to example. Okay, if you see it has no git. It has git, but if we say here's the status and branch master. Okay, git log. No. To see, you have to see config, maybe this. It has no URL origin, so you have to put it in in one of your repository. So you can say this. I will create a new repo. Okay, creating a new repo using blah blah blah. Maybe we can say that. Just for sake of example description, you have to for starter just to write whatever you want, but if the project is getting big, you have to set a description about what you're learning and what you're doing in this project. And also don't forget the checkpoint is the description have to has general about your existing project. And don't forget to add readme. In here you have to add it like the step-by-step how to run the project. So if the someone sees your project, he can also running a project. Okay, in this example it already have git, but it doesn't have a remote. You see, git remote at origin. If you see here, it doesn't have remote. You have to add it, and you can see the list. Oh, it adding origin here. So git status in the branch master. I always use master as my default, so if there is another update, the master will be rewritten. So it's best to have another checkpoint, so you can say that check out b base. This is, I always use this for first started, so the base is where when you created a project and you upload it into the Git, if you want to change maybe from the CSS to use a style component and others like material UI, you can change it from the base, not the master, because the master is endpoint of your project. Okay, and we can say status, what happened here, nothing work here. Okay, we can push it and we can commit to, okay, the comment here, I always use masters to give where do you start or where at you add in here. I'm sorry, not master, space, where you add, because if we merge together, it will be more difficult to track unless you have, what is it, like Git history in that extension in the virtual in the virtual, what is it, virtual studio. But you can see in the commit about the base, about which commit that make something wrong. Base first checkpoint, I will say checkpoint. Okay, the base, and then you can push or origin base. See, okay, it will be changed if we refresh it. Okay, the project is up and running. And also if we go to example, okay, we are in example, right? Okay, you have to check whether the port, what is it, port 300 is used. I almost forgot. Okay, I will see here. Check is port and blah 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 blah. Okay, it say this. Listen, sudo blah blah blah. Okay, so we have to check it whether the 300 is free. Okay, no one use it, and we can start here. Yarn stall. Let's see. Okay, it's up and running. This is just for example. I will delete it so you understand how it goes and how it works. We'll delete it. We go to here and you go to example. You get the general idea how it works. And in here, I will link you the link of the real project that we use, so you can download it. For this, you have to understand that, okay, the deleted GitHub will be not recovered if we do this, so you have to be very careful and choose wisely what you're gonna do, because if it's your big project, it will be screwing you up. That's the general idea. Okay, say okay, it's done. I will link you the link in the descriptions so you can download it. The link is, we can say, React framework. What is it? Framework and dashboard. In here we have master and base, and I will create a new design for this. That's all. Thank you. Okay, that's all for now. We will see you in the next tutorial. But for this Some people just use running their application in here, but I prefer to do it in my in my backend. So we can say that yarn start, and the other one is also yarn start. I'm sorry, turning. The other one is yarn start. Okay, yarn start. Okay, for the terminal inside the virtual studio, I usually use them for seeing if there are any changes, and there are. So it will I will say git and so it will say that master change port. Just make sure that you give the message, a clear message what you do. Make sure that it will be single responsibility, so you don't, what is it, you are not confused what happened. Okay, I'm sorry, config will be okay. If it say that you don't have a username and password, you should save it. I'm not using a global because I'm just like to isolate between the project. So in this project, the username will be, and the email will be okay, and then that's it. Okay, that's done. Okay, that's all I think. And we go to the base because the base is our first checkpoint. Git branch. Okay, there's no base in here. In React dashboard, we should create that one. The base basically your first checkpoint, because the master will be your endpoint. But if you have a different reference, you can do that too. But in here, because I use base as reference, I usually set the base the first time that our application is running. So you should push into GitHub if your application is running well for the first time. If there anything happens, you can go back and revert to old old commit. So it will save you a lot of trouble. Log, say change port. Okay. That's all for now. For the next tutorial, we'll be covering changing our design for maybe for the front end first. This is the back end, I think, for the front end. Make sure you know the difference. The 400 is our admin backend, the 300 is our front. It's not backend, I mean back web. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you for your stay. I hope you enjoy it. Like and subscribe if this is helpful for you. See you in next tutorial.